Alright fellas, in this video I'm going to give you the cheat codes to life because desexualizing your brain will increase testosterone. And I'm not just going to talk about all the benefits of desexualizing your brain, I'm going to give you some killer tips to actually do this. So by the end of this video you'll understand why you need to do this if you want to increase your testosterone and level up in life. And you'll have a game plan to follow. And honestly, the best advice I can give you is to take notes. Write down each step as I talk about them and go freaking do them. This isn't just meant to be another video that you watch. This is a video for action takers who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. Let's dive in. If you're new here, my name's Ben Richardson. I'm a personal trainer, a certified nutrition coach, and a chemical engineer. And for years, I suffered from low testosterone levels from being fat and overweight and lazy, and it left me feeling like a shell of a man. And it wasn't until I went through a pretty nasty breakup in college that I started to really get a grip on my life. So I'm here now to share what I have learned along the way with other men so that they can improve their health and increase their testosterone levels just like I did. And I do post videos like this one every single week, so make sure you go ahead and subscribe so that you're not missing out. Okay, so I'll give you the generic spiel on why you should do this. When you're just roaming through life, thinking about when you're gonna nut next, your brain is just absolutely zombified. You're just like a little pawn of society who's just a slave to your desires rather than the controller of them. So getting your brain out of this state of being is obviously gonna help you take life by the freaking nutsack. But how do you do it? Every other YouTuber is out there talking about all the benefits without actually giving any practical tips. So step number one to desexualizing your brain is to block your phone up. Do not allow yourself to access any adult content on your phone at all. Delete any apps where you do have access to adult content. For instance, I have not used Twitter in years. There's straight up porn on there these days. Get rid of it. Instagram is also a close second. It's practically soft porn. I actually made a whole video about Instagram and why it's practically just a platform to trigger your porn addiction. But cut off access to these apps. Delete them and set up your phone so that you can't install apps. Have a family member or a friend block off your ability to install apps or access adult web content. So for example, I have an iPhone and you can easily set this up by creating a screen time code that someone else has. And if you don't do this, you will never reap all the benefits of desexualizing your brain. It is so important. And desexualizing your brain is a cheat code, man. Life is amazing when you're the one sitting in the driver's seat instead of just sitting in the back in your little booster seat being driven around by the daddies of the world. Don't be driven around by a daddy. Become one of the daddies of the world, bro. Set up these restrictions. It sucks at first, but if this sounds miserable to you, it's probably because your brain is just absolutely fried from being over-sexualized for so long. It needs desexualized. Stop consuming so much content on a daily basis that's centered around triggering your desires. There's more to life than busting a nut, dude. And you'll be in a much clearer headspace after doing this. I even go so far to use Covenant Eyes to block websites, and it sends reports to my brother and my sister-in-law. Like literally, if I look at something promiscuous on my phone, it sends a report to my sister-in-law and it shows her that I'm being a little pervert. Now maybe that sounds extreme to you, but you'll get it once you experience all the benefits of desexualizing your brain. I am not going back to living life with an absolutely refried brain that's constantly on the prowl for porn triggering content. This might mean that you have to cut back on how much TV you watch too, because modern entertainment is full of those little promiscuous snippets that might get you feeling some type of way. It's just porn addiction triggering content, man, and society wants you to view it. It wants your brain to soak it up like a sponge so that you remain a slave to your desires. So take a break from watching so much TV. Stop watching so many movies. Like, dude, most movies these days have straight up nude scenes and sex scenes in them. And I mean, the way they doll people up for the big screen practically conditions you to over-sexualize not just women, but like all people. So just unplug your TV while you're desexualizing your brain. And I mean physically unplug it so that there's an additional barrier to you even watching TV. All right, so the next thing that you can do to desexualize your brain is to start meditating. Now, you don't have to sit in your room and close your eyes and cross your legs and do the Om thing. But the key here is being more present and in the moment day to day. So for example, when you drive to work, instead of stimulating your brain with music on your way, just sit in silence and enjoy the drive. Or when you eat food, instead of watching TV as you eat or scrolling through your phone while you're eating, just eat and enjoy your food. So it can be day-to-day stuff, but you can certainly go out of your way to meditate as well. For instance, you can go for a walk without any headphones on and just soak up some nature. Or you can hit the gym without using any pre-workout and without blasting music in your ears. Part of desexualizing your brain is to just cut back on the layered stimulations you hit yourself with when you do stuff. Like, bro, think of all the stimulus you're getting when you hit the gym. So going to the gym is definitely a good thing to do to increase testosterone levels, but some people can't or don't even want to hit the gym without getting completely amped up. You're probably blasting music in your ears, you're jacked up on pre-workout or caffeine, your blood's pumping hard because of all the exercise that you're getting. You might be getting a little extra rush from hitting some PRs. You know, there's a lot of hot chicks all around you that you're probably trying to show off for, which by the way is completely natural. Men actually get more stimulated to perform when beautiful women are watching them because it can increase testosterone. I mean, that absolutely blows my mind that just a hot girl being in the same room as a man can have a physiological impact on him like that. But anyways, it's just another layer of stimulus you're experiencing when you hit the gym. Now, these aren't bad things, but when you layer them on top of each other every single time you work out, that's a whole lot of stimulus that you eventually become a little numb to. So guess what you start to do after a while? You start to seek out other forms and different sources of stimuli. And gee, I wonder where your natural inclination to find that is going to be if your brain is hypersexualized. The internet. Okay, so what else? Fill your time with hobbies. And I don't care if you learn how to code, I don't care if you learn how to run online ads, I don't care if you learn how to film and edit videos, how to play music, how to draw, how to play golf better. It doesn't matter that much. Just go do something to keep your time and yourself occupied. Everyone's out here obsessing over what that is. These self-improvement gurus will be all like, oh, you gotta learn a new skill that's gonna help you make 7 figures a year and increase your sexual market value. And if you're not doing that, then you're just wasting your time, dude. Honestly, bro, you really don't need to make that much money to get rich if you know how to manage your finances. Like, yes, making more money is one way to build wealth, but most people fall into the trap of spending more once they start making more. Like, that's just dumb. Wealth is something that you build, and you're not building it if you're just spending more as you start to make more. Anyways, slight tangent there. Find hobbies or learn skills that you're filling all the time you used to waste sexualizing your brain with things that keep you occupied. Life is meant to be lived in the present moment, and when the time that you spend in the present moment is filled with hobbies and work that demands your focus and attention, desexualizing your brain is going to be a lot easier than if you're always sitting around bored and watching tons of TV, playing video games, and scrolling through your phone because you have nothing better to do. I'm telling you, desexualizing your brain is a cheat code to life, man. I hope you're taking notes and writing this stuff down. Like, dude, it gets me so amped up to talk about this. I really hope you guys are getting a lot out of this. All right, so I've also found that saying hello to more people and sparking up more conversations is helpful too. You know, just intentionally being more social. Looking people directly in the eyes and paying attention to what they're saying is one of the ultimate forms of being present. And people can also tell when you're just standing there as they talk and when you're genuinely listening to them. And one of the primary indicators is whether or not you make eye contact. I mean, imagine if you started talking to some chick that you like, but you just stared at her boobs during the whole conversation. That wouldn't surprise me with some of you whose brains are just absolutely fried from the constant influx of sexual content that you consume. But sitting there staring at a girl's jugs while she's talking doesn't really send off the signal that you're listening or paying attention to the conversation. So do this with every interaction interaction that you have with people. Make eye contact when you interact with people and listen to what they are saying. Okay, lastly, if you drink alcohol, I'd strongly consider cutting back or even eliminating it while you're going through this process of desexualizing your brain. Alcohol just makes you more prone to make bad decisions and self-sabotage yourself. And avoiding alcohol is probably going to increase testosterone as well. Most guys probably don't practice enough self-control with alcohol that it's not a problem for their testosterone levels. 3 to 4 drinks over the course of several hours isn't going to hurt that much, but usually when people go out to drink, they don't stop there. So chilling on the alcohol is definitely a good idea here. And by no means am I against alcohol, and I feel like giving up alcohol is something that's being pushed in the self-development space. But I say just give it up while you're detoxing your brain, bro. Drinking it while you're doing this is probably going to do more harm than good, and your liver's going to thank you for the little break that you give it. And if you don't really drink, then, I mean, carry on your wayward, bro. But if you do, even if you drink occasionally, just take a little hiatus while you're desexualizing your brain. Same thing goes for smoking weed or vaping. If you're into that, just knock it off while you're desexualizing your brain. Really anything that puts you into some kind of altered state other than one where you're in complete and total control of your life, take a break from it. Reset yourself, and after you get your brain straight and increase your testosterone, then you've earned the right to manage some of those vices that you enjoy. So I personally do drink in moderation, and I'll smoke a cigar every now and then, but I don't get trashed and I don't get high as a kite because that puts me into a state where I am no longer in control. And one of my pastors always used to say they are called spirits for a reason. Now, he is a man of deep conviction and I respect that, but I don't think he's wrong on that one. When you drink too much alcohol, it's like something takes you over. And I do know the science behind what's happening, but it's pretty crazy how differently we behaved when our brains are altered by substances like these. So hang them up while you desexualize your brain. Desexualizing your brain will increase testosterone too, and you'll feel like a beast of a man who is in control of his own destiny from purging your life from some of these things. In fact, you'll likely give most of them up after you desexualize your brain and increase your testosterone, because you'll realize just how sweet life is when you're the one in the driver's seat. But anyways, that's all for this video. Please let me know what I missed in the comments below. I know I didn't cover everything that you can possibly do, and I'm sure plenty of you guys have some life hacks that can help you desexualize your brain and increase testosterone naturally. So leave your insights down below to help a brother out. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you made it this far, go ahead and subscribe to my channel as well. Men are getting weaker, lazier, and more undisciplined, and that's made pretty clear by the trend the average testosterone levels in men has taken in recent decades. So if you want to join my community of guys who want to take action against this downward spiral, hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bells on too, so that you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. If you made it to the end, I appreciate the support, and I hope you got a ton out of this video too. Good luck in all your endeavors to desexualize your brain and increase testosterone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.